Moving on here, Patty Jenkins says she's working on Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Ricky Flex, do you believe this? Do you think she's working on this like on her own and hoping that Lucasfilm will greenlight her project? Do you think she's just like on her
On her
laptop saying like one day, one day?
no, she's no. So number one, I don't give it. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah,
Just for the record,
quick hitter.
I really don't. But two, no, if she's working on it, that means Lucasfilm greenlit it for her to be working back on it. So, um, that's why I laughed. I was like, why would she be working on it? Like one of the
Because I
biggest
can't
properties.
see them being in the Patty Jenkins business
Well,
right
Kathleen
now.
Kennedy's not smart. She's
Yeah.
not smart.
It's just kind of
So
but it's like I thought Star Wars was on the right path, or at least in a better direction. I know we
yeah,
have
yeah. Let's just not say the right path because clearly they're not. If we
the
look at
right
their upcoming
direction.
film slate, they are not on the right path. But you're right. Like maybe we could find something within it that's good, but it's not this. It's not this.
Yeah, it's just questionable to hear that after like, yeah, you know what? Why I say like the right direction is because like the James Mangold movie is the right direction. That's what you should be doing. Like centuries down the timeline, maybe even thousands of years, going into the lore of the Force. Like that is good stuff. That's stuff that we want to see, that we want to know the origins of. And then there's other stuff like we had Mandalorian season 3 and Ahsoka, and then a team up film that might be suited for just like a series. That could be like how we have like a culmination film for everything. How about a culmination series that might be good? And then a Ray, and then rumored to be titled Episode 10. I don't think you should do that either. Her rebuilding the Jedi Order also on the table here. Daisy Ridley hasn't been doing anything. She has been doing very
She
small
admitted that she
projects.
could not get anything because of Star Wars. She admitted it this week. So if they, for God's sakes, if Lucasfilm and Star Wars says do a episode 10 around Daisy Ridley, someone that cannot get work because of Star Wars, because she was not good in it, and because the movie wasn't good, then what are we doing? What are we doing? That shows Kathleen Kennedy's incompetence and Lucasfilm's incompetence. It is freaking insane how dumb these people are. So if they fucking dare say episode 10 next to freaking Daisy Ridley, it,
Undeserved.
it is. I am done with Star Wars. I will say this right now. I am done with Star Wars if they do that. That is a Ricky Flicks freaking promise. If they do that, I am done.
Okay, that's a Ricky Flicks promise. I will say, Daisy Ridley, her returning to Star Wars says a lot after saying she couldn't get a job. And I'll say it in more calmer terms, more plain terms than Ricky there. It's if she's saying I can't get a job and then she is greenlit to star in her own Star Wars project, that tells you about the state of Star Wars.
Thank you.
Yes. And if it's episode 10, that if you put episode in front of something in Star Wars, it means something. That means trilogy. That means
Exactly.
immediately we're building towards a new thing. And then you are centering around Rey as the next center of a trilogy rather than James Mangold. Why don't we just see what he does? And then maybe we can make a trilogy out of that. That's all you got to do. You don't have to force it. You don't have to be like, yes, we're going to do this automatically with Daisy Ridley. Let's just see how like one project turns at a time, you know? And it's more confident probably that the the team up movie for the Mando verse would be more successful probably in terms of box office than a Ray movie, right? Who knows who's showing up in the Ray movie? John Boyega has voiced displeasure with the Star Wars franchise. I think since then he said like he'd be willing to return to the role. I think there's some bad blood still, and it's not like I went to go see the sequel trilogy for John Boyega, right? Maybe after the first film, maybe I do after episode 8 and 9, they abandoned his character. Ray was someone that was central to it, and if Kylo Ren's gone, why do I want to just watch Daisy Ridley? I had Adam Driver there with Daisy Ridley.
God, you're lucky. I did not think we were gonna talk about Daisy Ridley today. So
She in
I
Venom
got
3?
no, but I got my
Wait,
frustration
wait.
out on that.
Can we stay on this then? Like, what do you think about her performance as Ray? Do you think she's good?
Well, I like The Force Awakens as a movie, but now looking back on it, maybe not as much. And then looking forward, I don't think she's good. I don't. And I think the movie itself, the trilogy, that character as the focal point of Star Wars, a Star Wars trilogy, is not good. So that's why I'm just like, God, like it's just embarrassing that Star Wars, Lucasfilm, a franchise that is in disarray because of her, like not her like Daisy Ridley, but her trilogy and the ending to that. It's like we're gonna go back to that. It makes zero sense. It's like I understand we're in the era of like, oh, capitalize on franchises, capitalize on box office, everything like that. But you know what? If anything, like any Star Wars film is gonna make money. Any Jedi is gonna make money. It doesn't have to be Rey. It doesn't have to be. That's my problem. So Daisy Ridley, if you think she's the greatest actor, okay, fine. But you know what? Replace her with anybody, and they will make the same money.
You could just
It's
pick
not
the
freaking Luke
next Daisy
Skywalker.
Ridley. Just get the next Daisy Ridley, like the
Thank you.
one who had that much promise. You could do the same thing. You don't have to go back to her.
Exactly.
Is there's a loyal enough fan base that would go to Daisy Ridley and be like, I need to see another Star Wars project with her? Or could you do literally any other young, exciting actress and say, you are going to be the lead of the next Star Wars trilogy?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly, Doctor.
Yeah, I was just curious, Ricky, folks, because I do like Daisy Ridley in the role. I feel like they didn't know the direction of the character from episode 7, 8, 9, and it took a turn where she became almost you question by episode 9 and her connection to the Skywalkers and her treatment towards Adam Driver as Kylo Ren. Like it's just
They didn't know what to do with her.
a lot of questionable decisions that I don't put on Daisy Ridley, but it doesn't mean she deserves a fourth movie. That's the most important thing that I think that we're driving home here.